let's take this lampshade, which is a little plain, a little boring, and cover it with a pleated custom cover. So start off by making custom bias tape, which is just a fancy thing for folded strips of fabric. This is what's used to trim out quilts. So we're going to cut off 2-inch strips of fabric. I'm using a rotary cutter and a clear ruler to make it quick and easy, but you could of course use a yardstick and a pair of scissors. And I'm cutting enough to have to run trim around the top of the lampshade and the bottom. And you fold it in just as I'm showing here, and then fold it over one more time. So there's actually like 3 folds, and then you iron that fold in place. Here's all of the strips I made because I'm working on several lamps. And I actually ended up ironing it so that the fold is a little offset. I felt like that looked kind of cool to have like a double trim effect. So that's what I ended up doing. And normally with bias tape, you would sew it in place, but because this is on a lampshade, we're just going to go ahead and use some glue. So I'm just using a very thin bead of hot glue, and then I'm holding it down in place. I have oven mitt hands. I've worked with hot glue a lot, so I usually just use my fingers. But if you have sensitive fingertips, then use a popsicle stick or something like that to hold the fabric down as the glue dries. To cover the lampshade, I am going to first level off the top of the fabric. Again, I'm using the clear ruler, but I want to have a nice straight edge so that the pattern doesn't go crooked, and also so I know as I'm lining it up, it's straight. And then I'm going to start on the seam of the lampshade. You want to try to keep seams all in the same place if you can possibly help it. So I put a bead of glue down, and I am sticking the fabric in place. And with hot glue, you just hold it down for a few seconds until it's cooled, and then it's glued. And then I just pleat it by hand and kind of eyeball it. And this is the part of the process that might be a little bit intimidating for some people, but it really is not difficult. And if you want to try to measure it out, you certainly can do that, maybe using the pattern as a guide. But I have done a few lampshades this way, and I just sort of eyeball it. This one I'm giving more of a pleated look. I did another lampshade where it was more gathered, kind of pinched and glued down. This one I'm making a very clear, defined pleat. And I'm folding it, gluing the underside of the pleat, and also gluing the top part of the pleat that folds over. And that's going to make it, as you can see, it's going to make it nice and tight and lay flat down onto the shade. So I'm putting a little dab of glue on that top part of the flap to hold it down. And this is the process I use on the entire lampshade, and I speed it up just so you don't have to look at me folding and gluing and folding and gluing. But the only thing that you want to keep in mind is with a shade that has a smaller top than a bottom, so it's like bell shaped, you want to make sure that you're keeping it straight. The tendency is going to be to kind of go askew, and keep the top edge, which we've cut straight, lined up with the top edge of the lampshade, and then follow the fabric as you go. You'll end up having tighter folds at the top than at the bottom, if that makes sense. When you run out of a fabric panel, which this was decorator width fabric, so it's, I think that's 56 inches or 54 inches. So it wasn't enough to do the whole shade. So you just cut a new piece. You want to be mindful to line up the pattern so that, especially with a pattern that's distinct, so that it flows nicely. Then you're just going to fold it under, put a bead of glue down, and stick it down, as I'm doing right now. And that completely hides the seam. You can't see it. I think that's a nice thing about doing the pleats, is it's very forgiving with when it comes to seams, Or also, if your pleats are a little bit uneven, a busier fabric is going to hide that. So I'm going to continue to pleat the rest of the fabric, and then I've got this excess fabric where the two pieces meet. So I'm just going to cut that off, leaving maybe a ½ inch or so that I can turn under and glue down. So I'm trimming off the excess. You want to make sure you're using nice sharp scissors. And one note, when you're putting the glue down along the top and bottom of the lampshade, I don't put it right on the edge, I put it just a little bit above the edge so I really can cut off the fabric. And then I glue it down, glue that extra piece down, and then trim all of the excess. And now we have this raw edge that we're going to glue that trim that we made onto. So we're going to start at the seam again. Just use a little bead of hot glue. And I put the trim on just a little bit higher than the edge of the lampshade so that it completely hides all of the edges. I made another lampshade and I put the fabric just too close to the edge. So when I trimmed it, you could still kind of see the edges of the fabric. And this one I was careful to leave a little bit of room. When you get to the point where the two pieces of trim meet, you're going to do the same thing that you did when the two pieces of fabric met. Trim off the excess, leaving about ½ inch or so to fold under, overlapping the end of the other piece, and then put a little dab of glue on each fold. So on the inside of the fold, and then a little dab of glue to stick it down and hold it in place until it dries. You're then going to repeat this process on the other side. And if you notice, I put the fold facing either up or down on the shade, and that's it. It looks so much nicer. It has so much personality. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you cover your own lampshade.